Hi there, welcome back. Shay and I today are going to be talking about the Edge Success strategy and training for once somebody has stepped through that third door of openness to building a business. And you'll remember at the end of our last video segment, we had just finished a membership overview, which is the most important and critical step in this entire process. The most important presentation is that membership overview. And at the end of that, we had said, so I'm just curious if you're open to sharing the oils with others. And they'll say yes or no. Well, I'm just curious, are you open to the idea of creating an income with doTERRA? And they'll say yes or no. And you'll ask the third question. So you just ask the questions regardless of what their answer is. Last question is, well, would it be okay if I show you how to get your oils paid for? And what Rod said is that typically people are going to say yes to one of those questions. And when they do, you say, awesome, let's set up an appointment for our business overview. And Shay is going to go ahead and walk us through this awesome presentation.
All right, thanks for joining us again. I hope you're learning a lot with us as we're learning with you. So I want to start with, as we're doing this business overview, there's a little story here that you read. And you can either read it or you can ask the person that you're meeting with to read it, but I'll read it for you. There was a man who lived in a village that was 2 miles from the nearest water source. His job was to haul buckets of water to the village every day. Since everyone needed water, he had the perfect job security. To earn more money, he would simply make more trips. After years of hauling buckets, he realized that if he didn't change something, he would be hauling buckets for his entire life. So he made a plan. He would haul as many buckets as he needed to pay the bills, and in his spare time, he would work on building a pipeline. He stayed consistent and persistent in his pipeline building efforts. A few years later, he finally finished the pipeline and turned on the spigot in the village. The villagers could come and get water whenever they wanted. He not only created a pipeline of water, but he created a financial pipeline that would allow him to pursue his greater cause and higher purpose in life. Are you hauling buckets or are you creating a pipeline? This business overview will demonstrate how simply sharing essential oils with others can help you create a financial pipeline. All right, so let's get started. So usually I've done this a few times. So after that, I'll just mention my own story to who I'm talking to about how I am hauling buckets in my job and I'm trying to build this financial pipeline, but what I realized is that I was still hauling buckets, which we've talked about previously in other videos. So just really excited about this whole plan and how we can start building that pipeline with doTERRA instead of still hauling buckets with doTERRA. So the first thing we would go over is why make doTERRA your pipeline. So you would just go through each step, and it's really nice with this because you can just literally read it if you need to and get the same point across to the people without having to have it memorized. So doTERRA is unique. They have a 65% retention rate versus other networking businesses have a 13% retention rate. And that's because we really have products that are consumable and that we need to buy monthly and that people really feel a difference with, so they are buying monthly. So it's great to know that of our membership, 65% of us are still around and buying. And that's like at least every 1 to 3 months. 74% of doTERRA customers are buying at least one time a year. So in the United States, $1 out of every $6 is spent on health care. So when you're thinking about that, people are really looking for natural forms of health care. So they would rather put their dollar towards something natural versus being stuck in that healthcare system. doTERRA was founded in 2008, and it is a debt-free company with no outside funding. That's amazing. Amazing, amazing. So there's many different ways that you can actually earn an income with doTERRA, and one of those is by retail. And for those of you who don't have that, I'm just going to kind of be lifting this up so you can see that. So doTERRA actually creates a website for you when you have your membership. So you can actually, when you're sharing, lead people to that membership, to that website. And when they buy retail from you, doTERRA mails you a check for 25% of whatever they bought. So that's when you're reaching out to those that want to buy retail. So another way that you can earn an income with doTERRA is by what's called a fast start bonus. So as you're sharing and signing people up with a membership, you, for their first 60 days of their membership, earn 20% of whatever they are getting. So let's say they bought 100 points worth of product, or $100. If they were buying all essential oils, you would get $20. And then your person that signed you up would get $10, and the person that signed them up would get $5. But the key thing there is when you're sharing and people want to get a membership with you, you get 20% of whatever they're buying for the first 60 days.
Which, Shay, here's a great place to start thinking in that pipeline versus bucket mentality, right? So on the retail sales, that is hauling buckets, right? That's something that you don't get paid unless you work for that sale and they make that purchase, right? On your fast start bonuses, which Rod says that your fast start bonus is your best measure of if you are doing the things that you need to be doing to grow your business, right? To grow your organization, because it rewards you for doing the things that you need to do to grow. But that 20% bonus, when you sign somebody up, that's actually a bucket that's working towards a pipeline, right? But the 10% and the 5% commission that you get when somebody that you've signed somebody up, those are part of your pipeline. So it's really cool because your fast start bonus is both buckets and pipeline, but all of it is working towards pipeline. So good job. Good
All right, so let's talk about our pipelines, which is our residual income. So one way of doing that is by getting a power of 3 bonus. So when you are, this is you right here, when you are sharing and you're signing up those other members that are wanting to have natural health care and are interested not only in buying but building, and they are all ordering, 3 of them are ordering 100 points or more a month, you automatically get a $50 bonus for their orders. So what clues in doTERRA to knowing that you're wanting to do this as a business is when you're ordering 100 points or more a month, which I should have talked about at the beginning, because that's what qualifies you for your fast start bonus as well. So once you're doing those monthly orders on the loyalty rewards program, that clues into doTERRA when it's 100 points or more that you would like to get compensated when you're signing people up. So then you get $50 when they each order 100 points or more. And then when they find 3 people that would like to do that, then it goes down to the second line, which is $250. And then when they find 3 people and that all fills up, then you get $1,500. So not only are you getting a power of 3 bonus, but you're also getting your fast start bonus as well. Want to add in there?
Yeah, absolutely. So a couple of points that he made that I thought were really good. Sometimes when you're talking with somebody, they'll be like, what? I have to order $100 worth of product a month in order to get paid? What? Why is that? Well, here's a great answer for that. If you're going to be selling this lifestyle, you need to be living this lifestyle, right? You need to be using these products so that you can be effectively sharing them. So that's just the minimum that you would be ordering and using $100 worth of product a month. But also, the other thing that he said is that to buy into any franchise that has definite like income caps, which this this income generating opportunity has no cap. The sky is the limit. But he was talking about the millions of dollars that are typically required of investment in order to even to buy into something like that. And he was giving the example specifically of like a McDonald's franchise, how much that costs to get invested in. And then it caps out at about $250,000 per year that you would be earning on that. So it really is a remarkably small investment that you make in order to qualify to receive that check. And then finally, we want to be focused on building, or how did he say that? Building towards, let me see. Building towards rank, but strategizing towards your power of three. So your power of three doesn't want to necessarily be where you are first and foremost focused, which that's a shift from the training that we have received historically in our group. But he says, focus on the rank. The power of three will work itself out. Build towards rank, but definitely be strategic towards your power of three. So take it away, Shay.
Perfect. Perfect. So another way we can earn income with doTERRA is through their unilevel organizational bonuses. And I like to point this out because people will be like, well, what happens after 60 days? You're saying I have this fast start bonus, but once they're a member after 60 days, what happens? Well, you're still earning income from that. And that's what's called a unilevel income. So those 3 people that we are talking about that are over here, they would be on your first level, which would be right here. And basically, you earn 2% of everyone that's on your first level. So if you were to work that out, it would be about whole $9 you're making a month. But when you look at, you're putting this in, and then you're also making money on your power of 3 and your fast start bonuses, it starts adding up. Because not only do we have people on our first level, but when we're sharing, we actually start building our levels down. And so we can earn up to 7% on our 7th level. So one thing I really like to point out with this is doTERRA's unilevel, but a lot of other networking businesses, it's reversed. So you start earning 7% on your first line versus as you go down, you only earn 2%. So compared to what we do. So what this means is, let's say as you're building and you're building rank, when you get down to your 7th level and you're earning 7%, you could be earning up to $32,000 or more a month, versus if you had it reversed and your 2% was on the bottom, you would be only earning about $12,500, give or take, doing it that way. So for me, this is amazing because we really do want to build down in our organization so we have more depth and growth, and we're awarded with the percentage going up versus going down. All right, so how do we get those different levels going? We do that by rank, which Carrie had mentioned earlier. And ranks go from ones that you want to really concentrate on are executive, and then all the way up to presidential diamond. And what qualifies you for those different ranks are the way that your members are in your organization. So how you place them, basically. When you first start out with executive, you're at 2,000. The only requirement is have 2,000 overall volume. So that's what all of your members plus yourself are ordering. And then as you go on, the requirements go up. One that I want to really concentrate on, and if I'm going too fast, Carrie, just slow me down to explain it a little bit further, is gold. So Rod was really saying, if you concentrate on getting gold, then everything else starts to fall into place. So would you agree with that, Carrie? Is that one of them?
Absolutely. As you focus on that, and then as you help your people focus on that, your organization builds itself.
That's right. So what I really liked about that is I kind of think of when I'm looking at my organization, I'm trying to build all over the place versus concentrating. He's saying to concentrate on 2 legs and then build from there. So what that would mean is that your first step would be to hit that premier. And that's a volume of over $5,000 5,000 or more. And the two people below you that are builders would be at executive, which again is that their volume would have to be 2,000. So once you get there, then you would want to start concentrating on your third leg versus I'm trying to like concentrate on all of everything at once. So this was really good for me to go, oh, okay. That helps me know where to place people in my organization so that I can start building the volume at, on different legs versus I'm trying to just do it all over at once. So that helped me a lot. Anything you want to add to that?
I think that's perfect.
Okay. So as you go in your ranks, there's another way that you can earn through.
Let's talk about the averages of the incomes for those.
Okay, let's do that. Okay, so your average income for a silver is $25,000. For gold is $56,000. Platinum is $105,000, and then diamond is $193,000 is your average annual income. When you're looking at, oh no, that's good. I guess we can talk about it per month too. This makes it a little bit more tangible. When you're silver, you're about $2,100 a month is the average. Gold, which is $4,700, and then it goes all the way up to your presidential diamond average income is $106,800, which who needs to live on that?
It's amazing.
It's so amazing about just the possibilities when I think of that, of how much I can share and give back. And I'm just so excited when I'm there. I can't wait to be able to do all that.
What is so neat is that this really is something that is doable. It's within reach. It is just about every single month that there is a new presidential diamond or two that happen in doTERRA. And I remember hearing from one presidential diamond probably last year sometime. He was saying how don't stress out about it. If you just consistently keep on doing this, keep on talking to the next person, which is exactly what Rod shared with us, it will happen. It's inevitable because the product is that good, because the product really is the salesman. You just need to remain committed for the long haul, and that will happen, whether it's in 5 years or 10 years. Really, it's neither here nor there, because that once you have that pipeline in place, it's there for the rest of your life. Can you even imagine? That's so crazy. And then the other thing that's important to note on that is that because those are averages, Rod was saying that means that about half of those ranks are making more than that, and about half are making less. So you don't want to necessarily set the expectation that on your very first month that you hit this rank, you will be earning this much money, because a lot of times those numbers get bumped up by people who have held that rank for a long time, that their organization is growing, but not necessarily their rank popping up, right? So that would increase their income. But just be aware that that's the potential, and that is where you are headed as you consistently work this over time.
Yes, sure. All right, there's one more way that you can earn income with doTERRA, and that is their leadership bonus pool. So once you hit silver or above, you are qualified for their leadership bonus pools. And what that is what doTERRA has made in the month as a company. You start getting shares towards that, whatever they made. So for instance, when you are a silver, all the silvers get 1 share of what the company has made. So when they divide that out amongst all the silvers, it's about $150. So you start making a bonus pool, then you're making your unilevel. You're also making your power of 3, and then you're also making your fast start bonuses. So it's not just one thing, it's all of those things that you're getting at the same time. So it's just amazing to me that your opportunities are not limited to just one thing. I love that.
And you know, another thing that I love about the way that their pay structure works is that those fast start bonuses are paid out weekly. So you've got money coming in every single Friday when you get yourself set up on the direct deposit. Every Friday, there's a check that comes that is your 20% check of everybody that you signed up the previous week or their orders in that first 60 days. And then those other 3 areas that Shay is talking about, the leadership, the leadership bonus, the unilevel check, what's the other one that I'm missing there? Oh, the power of 3. Those 3 are paid out monthly. They shoot for the 15th, but typically it ends up in your bank account, I would say, by the 18th of the month. So you get one big check as your organization really starts to grow per month, and then smaller checks every single Friday, which is awesome. It never stops. That pipeline just is like drip, 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 gush, 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 gush.
So once you go through this with them step by step, your next question, which is right on here on the paper for you, is what do you want to accomplish with doTERRA? So you give them a moment as you sit in silence, be comfortable with that silence so that they can process the information and let them dream big of where they want to be in this, because you may not have builders, but you have those that are wanting to get their oils paid for. So let them dream and answer that question for you. But remember to be silent so that they can process the information. So let's say they say, yeah, I really am intrigued by this. I just want to go for it. Let's do it. So what your commitment is and what Rod says is for you to be there for them to help teach them and guide them. But what you're going to, you have a person that is serious about building when they actually start. What you would assign them to do is to schedule their first class. And so they're responsible for getting the people there, and then you teach it. So you know that you have somebody that wants to build when they actually follow through with that. Anything you want to add there, Carrie?
Absolutely. We are about empowering and not enabling, right? Your business will be so much happier for you as you seek out people, and you do this by not enabling, right? You seek out people who truly are going to be self-motivated, who truly want you to be there as a support and as a lift to their efforts. But not people who you're like dragging along and saying, come on. When we do that with people, we stay stuck with people like that. So we're going to mentor in motivation, inspiration, and love with a focus on empowering and not enabling.
Yeah, that's for sure. Good point. So let's say they said, yes, I want to build a business. You've done their first class with them together. Now you're going to want to book another appointment with them because you're wanting to set up a way for them to be organized, to be able to sign people up, and how to go about that. So you're going to set up another appointment, and we're going to go over what's called a fast track planner in our next segment.
Perfect. Sounds so good. Shay, you're the best. Thank you so much. And thank you to each of you for joining us on this amazing journey. We are so blessed to be surrounded by such talented and inspirational men and women. So thank you for joining with us today.
Thanks, guys.